top button locks the car, the middle button unlocks the car, the bottom button opens the tailgate. You do need to hold it for a moment for that to activate, and then pushing the tailgate button again will close the tailgate also. If you have your keys in the immediate proximity in your pocket or a handbag, if you touch the outside of the door handle, see that little rectangle there? That will lock the car. When you approach the car to get in, if you touch the inside of the door handle, it unlocks the car and you can just get in. To start the car, you must have your foot on the brake, and then just over here is the engine start-stop button. To put the car in gear to drive, you simply push this switch downwards and you'll see this display here go from park to drive all the way down. And then to put it in reverse, you push it all the way up. And then to put it into park, you push the button on the end. Wipers are very easy to operate. When it's in that middle section there, that means it's on automatic. So if it rains, the wipers turn on. If you'd like to turn them off, as discussed before, if it's a misty morning and they don't need to be on, you pull that back one switch down to 0. If you'd like to take control of the wipers, then you keep simply, like any other car with wipers, you turn it around one click, that's automatic, and then it's on slow, and then it's on fast. On automatic though, it will adjust the speed of the wipers according to the amount of rain hitting the screen. The button on the end is for the window washers, and then the button on the inside here is for the rear wiper. Seat adjustments are on the door. If you push this forward, you move forward, backwards to go backwards, of course, up. Lifts the rear of the seat, that lifts the front part of the seat. This adjusts the backrest. When you have your seat where you want it, push the M followed by the number 1, and that will program that. Heated seats are this button here. Mirror controls are here, so you simply select the left-hand one, the right-hand one to adjust the right-hand mirror. You see that moving there. And then the same for the left, you select the left-hand one, and that will adjust the left-hand mirror. Hopefully you can see that moving. When you have your mirrors and your seat where you'd like them, remember to go M1 to program that. Headlights you can see are on auto. To activate high beam, as discussed in the phone call we had earlier, you simply need to push that away from you, and that activates the high beam. But of course, they'll only turn on high beam if the circumstances allow. Light conditions, speed, urban areas and stuff all play a part in whether the car will activate the high beam. The touchpads on the steering wheel are kind of like a phone. You swipe across them and then you click on them to activate them. So pushing the home button here brings up a menu. You can see it pop up in the middle, and then we can swipe left and right across this menu to choose the different functions. The same happens on the other side of the steering wheel. The left-hand side of the steering wheel controls the left-hand screen. So pushing the home button brings up the main menu, and then we can swipe left and right across the touchpad to get to the thing that we want. Let's say, for example, in this instance, we want to go to the phone screen. We get to there and we click on that. It takes us into the telephone screen. The home button will then return us back to that main menu, and we can swipe across, and we might like to go to the radio stations. Click on that. The left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have the answer the telephone button. You rock this switch upwards. The hang up button is on the same switch, pushing it downwards. This switch here will activate the Hey Siri function rather than saying Hey Siri. The car's not turned on, so it's not working at the moment. And then you've got your volume control up and down here, and if you'd like to mute the radio or whatever is on, you can just push that in like a button and that will mute. On the right hand side of the steering wheel, we have our controls for the cruise control. You can see just here we have it saying limiter, and then the little speedo image there. This is how we switch between speed limiter and cruise control. So if I push this now, it'll go to limiter, and you can see in the display it says LIM. If I push that same button again, it turns to the cruise control symbol, so you can tell which of those two functions you're on. Coming back to this, to set your limiter or your cruise control, you simply push the switch upwards, and then pushing it upwards continuously will adjust the speed. The switch here adjusts the distance between you and the car in front of you when you've got the cruise control set. If you're not happy with the distance and you think it should be further, you can pull this downwards to create a bigger gap. If you'd like to resume your cruise control, then you can push that up to resume. And if you'd like to cancel it, you can pull downwards on that to cancel, or touch the brake as well. Some basic commands for Hey Mercedes. Let's try this one. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Open the sunroof.
I'm opening the roller sunblind on the sliding sunroof.
Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Close the sunroof.
I'm closing the roller sunblind on the sliding sunroof.
Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Change the radio to ABC Classic FM. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Navigate to Melbourne Street, North Adelaide.
Do you want to start route guidance or modify the current route guidance?
Start route guidance.
Route guidance is starting. Please proceed to the highlighted route.
Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Cancel route guidance.
Cancelling route guidance.
When you select reverse, the reverse camera will come on automatically. And you can see you have two screens there. The one that points straight out the back, and you also have a top view here. If there's something close by, you might get some red lines and some red triangles and so on, just to give you a warning. And there are beeps that will happen if you're getting too close to things that are around you. You can select different camera views also by using these icons down the side. We get a nice wide view. We can see down both sides of the car. You can see that's broken into 4 quarters now for the 4 quarters of the car. There's a look straight out the front, and then a nice wide angle out the front as well. You can see in the display here the speed. It will read the signs on the side of the road. That's also in the command screen just down here. Of course, we're not driving at the moment, so it hasn't had a sign to read. I have set the threshold for that to flash at 3 kilometers over the speed limit. Interesting controls are along this row of buttons here. On the left hand side we have the temperature, up and down, very simple, and it tells you in the screen there what temperature you have selected. Then we have our fan speed, again up and down. Auto takes control of the distribution of the air. Max does the front screen, rear does the rear screen. This is your recirculate button. AC, that turns on the compressors so that the air conditioner can work. And then this one here is the direction of the air. Is it going at your face or your feet or at the windscreen? And you can see it tells you in that little icon just there where the air is being sent. Hazard lights are right in the middle of that. Underneath here we have our cup holders. Just push that out of the way. You see your dual cup holders. I've included an adapter here for your phone to plug into if need be. These new cars have a USB-C adapter, which not everything will accept. So this little adapter here can plug into there, and you can plug a regular USB. There is also a wireless charging pad here, so if you place your phone there and your phone is capable of it, it will wirelessly charge while sitting on. There's also a volume control along with the one on the steering wheel just here. So just turning that, it works the same as the one on the steering wheel. That's actually a very lovely feel to that. We have shortcut buttons to the navigation and the radio on this console section here. We can turn our cameras on here as well. We have some vehicle controls and settings which I'll go through with you when we talk on the phone. And we also have a dynamics which will select how the car performs. By pushing that forwards and backwards, you get different modes for how the car will perform on the road. To be fair, it's going to do everything you need it to do in comfort mode. I think we may have even tried those on the test drive. The air vents on the car can be adjusted by turning them. This turns them on and off, and then they just sort of move around so you can direct the air where you need it. The automatic tailgate might take a little bit of practice for you, but simply a smooth kick directly in and out underneath the star should activate the tailgate. Now on the tailgate there is a button here that will close the tailgate. This will close the tailgate and lock the car. So if your keys are in the car and you push that, there's a chance that they'll be locked in the car. So please be careful of that. This one, of course, is fine because it won't lock the car. You can also use that same kick function to close the tailgate. But like I said, a little bit of practice with that. If it doesn't work the first time, just keep trying because it definitely does work.